Welcome to Content Breaker, featuring Static Dreads, Kaiju Kelz, Strangely Entertaining, and Zogbert. Today's episode is Star Wars Visions.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Content Breaker, where we sometimes forget who is doing intro. And yeah, I'm your boy, Static Dreads, who is good with the Force. Of course, I'm a Sith, and we are joined by Zog himself, who is probably also a Sith, a huge Sith who kills little Padawans because they don't have the same opinion as him.
Man, I take him as a bounty hunter.
I can go either way with that. Sure,
and he takes the jobs and then enforces his will on people.
As fuck not Jedi.
Yeah,
that's what I'm getting out of this.
I don't think any of us are Jedi. We've got
really. What
our
about
boy
the other
Kelz.
two?
Well, Kelz over here is probably he's a Mace Windu. Whatever Mace Windu was, he was technically a
Mace
Jedi.
Mace Windu was a master Jedi. He just had a little bit of darkness in him and used it for the greater good.
I see what you did there, Zog.
And he had a purple lightsaber.
That too.
My shit, man.
Because Samuel wanted a purple one. That's why I got a purple one.
And he fucking got a purple one. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we have Strange, of course, who might, just be a straight up, you might be a Mace Windu type. I don't think you need a lightsaber.
I see him as the diplomat of the group.
Man, he's some peasant from Xanadar just living his fucking life. And then his moon gets blown up and he's like,
motherfucker.
The fucking Empire again.
Strange has got to be a peddler. He's got to be like a Mace Windu type person.
My space cabbages.
Not Mace Windu. Oh my gosh. Why did I say Mace Windu?
Everybody's Mace Windu. You're Mace Windu. I'm
Lord
Mace
Jesus.
Windu.
Han Solo.
He's
Thank you.
Mace Windu.
A smuggler.
Han Solo.
He's a smuggler.
He's a smuggler.
Okay.
Yes. You're a smuggler. So
I could see it.
And yeah, in case you can't tell, we are 100% doing
Star Wars Visions
today. Yes,
I thought we were talking about the movies.
No,
that's
God,
not
no.
yet.
Well,
but we will milk the franchise.
One of the
for however
characters
many
we
episodes
mentioned
we need.
already are in Visions. So
I will not. The movies are trash. I'm just gonna get that out of the way.
Oh well,
right
fuck
now.
you.
No, sorry, not all the movies. Just the new 3, the OGs.
Okay, you need to specify that
so
shit. The Disney era stuff. Yeah, that's trash.
Not just no. Rogue One was good. We just can't blame the Disney era. Okay, the Disney
3
era.
out of 4 being kind of trash. Sure.
Yo, the Mandalorian's fucking great.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Mandalorian's
I'll
great,
give you that one.
All right, so Kai, tell me what Star Wars Visions is.
So Star Wars Visions is an anthology that has been done by various studios overseas, such as, Studio Trigger, Production IG, Gino Studios, Kamina, Citrus. I don't know who they were before this, but they killed their episode. So a bunch of different studios over in Japan got to do their take on Star Wars because Disney likes money, and a lot of studios wanted to take their shot at Star Wars around the world, not just Japan. So who knows? We might get Chinese Visions next, or Germanic Visions. I don't know if Germany is really big in the animation game, so I don't even know if that's a thing, but it could be. Probably not.
I don't think we'll ever see this again.
Yeah, I don't think we're seeing this again.
But it's kind of exciting for what we got. 8 different episodes. Okay.
9.
I personally am excited for the variety of different takes.
I'm going to fight Zog on this podcast today. With all love before and after, whatever happens after this recording, I love you.
But I get it. I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan. No one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. I get the idea, but... And I do have my grievances with this, but I do understand that there are plenty of good things to like about it. We'll get to it.
And the people who hate Star Wars more than Star Wars fans are those crazy people who cultish moms. There was actually a group of people who
the Karens
went to go super Karens basically. Anyway, so yeah, let's just dive into Visions. Some of the studios who worked on this anthology group. One was I hit my mic. That's the thing that I did. I shouldn't acknowledge it, but I did. Yeah, sorry.
Let's talk about the one that's totally 3D. It's Kamikaze Dora.
This one
with that first episode.
This one was a really strong start. I loved how it was a Kurosawa film, since Star Wars was hugely inspired by those films. Throwing it back to that was a great idea. I really liked that.
It was beautiful.
That being said, that was the only thing I liked about this episode.
I don't know. I liked the action in it. I thought it was fun. I liked the little lights. The lights were the only color you could see. I liked that little touch. It was neat to look at. It was cool. It definitely seemed like it was like a lot of these seemed like a pilot episode.
Yeah.
Which I'm actually wondering if that's what these were like pilot episodes.
They're either pilot episodes or really rushed finales.
So here's one interesting thing about the group that I promise you that is going to at least make one of you really hype. Kamikaze Dora helps with all the JoJo adaptations.
They do the openings.
The intro.
Yes, the intros. So
because they have... Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say they also did Batman the Ninja movie.
Huh.
Or Ninja series, Ninja Batman.
They are a strong player in the 3D animation world of the Japanese market, which is why this is 100% 3D. And you kind of get around the shading and frame rates by having it incredibly stylized.
Oh, yeah. They pull the same trick with Batman Ninja, except that one had color and this one's all done in black and white outside of the lights. The lightsabers, the blasters, the little blinking things on the droids. Other than that, it's all black and white.
Yeah. I did enjoy this. I liked the character. I liked the twist of this. I liked the story in this one. This one was really strong story-wise. I feel like they all kind of were, but this one in particular, when like everybody and myself, I feel like expected him to be a Jedi. And when it turns out he was a Sith when he pulled that red katana.
But was he a Sith?
Okay,
that's
the thing. No, I'm saying, but it turns out he wasn't a Jedi.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The lightsaber color doesn't really define who's using it. I mean, Boba Fett uses a lightsaber. And he's just a regular bounty hunter. He has no connection to the Force. He's just skilled enough that he can use one. And he took it from another Jedi, from a Jedi he killed. But even the dialogue throwing it out that, oh my god, a red one? You're a Sith! That was kind of lame.
Well,
it kind of ruined the twist for me.
Did that happen? I thought he pulled out the red Jedi or the red lightsaber, and she's like, "I thought you were a Jedi," and he says, "I wish," or something like that. I didn't think
when she first pops out and has the umbrella saber,
which that was cool. I don't understand the haters.
Even normal people are just like, a red one. That means she's a Sith. No one knows about the Sith except the Jedi. No one cares about the Sith except the Jedi.
Pretty sure they care about people who's killing everybody.
Oh, okay. My take on this whole episode, it was kind of, certainly I agree with your point, Zog. It was a strong opening, giving both the anime take and influence of Star Wars with a lot of its source culture. Static, I agree with you. The kind of story with as little dialogue as there is, kind of setting things up with like the droid coming into play later on and having him fix the droid by the time like he needs him in the battle.
Yeah, that was.
I like the storytelling aspects of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And certainly the swerve of red equals Sith, except we don't really know because he's like take this kyber crystal because I have 1 million of them and maybe I'm a Sith bounty hunter or maybe I'm just collecting Sith shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I have a vendetta against Sith. Who knows? We don't ever get a follow up, but like, yeah,
you could easily say he's kind of
open-ended.
like Ahsoka. She left the Jedi Order. She still practices all the Jedi stuff, has her own lightsabers and everything, but she's not a Jedi.
She's a gray Jedi.
True.
If that's canon anymore, Disney's fucked all that up. Who knows?
Let Disney be Disney.
No, because that's how
we're gonna get.
That's how
later on
happens.
in this, I'm gonna have an argument with you about Disney. But let's continue.
Yeah. Okay, so next we have Studio Colorado, which I kept calling Studio Colorado in my head. I'm like, it's not Colorado. Don't say Colorado. But Studio Colorado, who I only know them from Burn the Witch. I'm sure they might have done some other stuff.
Apparently they did some films.
Yeah, I know they did.
Penguin Highway, whatever that is. I haven't heard of that one. A Whisker Away.
A Whisker. I have been meaning to watch A Whisker Away. Strange, you would like it. It's about cats.
No, just because
you have 2 cats.
I have 2 cats. I like dogs too.
Typhoon Narada. I don't know what that one is, but apparently it's about a flood.
Episode 2.
They also did.
Oh,
no, go ahead.
I'll say episode 2 was interesting. It actually did something that I kind of wanted from the rest of the stories. Not saying anything is bad. I'm not saying episode 2 was bad. Let me just tell you, put that out there now.
You said episode 2 was bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
He's just covering his bases.
I liked episode 2 for what it did, and it definitely did something different. And I was kind of expecting that kind of story throughout the rest of the episodes, not dealing with like, I mean, it had a Jedi in it, sure, but like
he was barely a Jedi.
Barely.
It was mostly a small personal story that had that epic touch Star Wars can give.
But overall, I kind of finished watching it and I was like, oh, well, that was fun. And that's kind of it. It didn't blow me away in any way.
It really plays into the other parts of the Star Wars universe that are not just Jedi versus Sith. It's all like bounty hunters and like debts and
normal people trying to live their lives, be in a rock band, all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
we got androids.
All that shit I want to see in Star Wars. It's not all Jedi versus Sith. Disney.
So while it totally was kind of off the wall for a Star Wars thing in terms of plot, it totally brought like the world into it.
And I feel like it does a good job of that because the director of this episode also worked on Buggy Pop and others and A Place Further Than the Universe, which are 2 very world encompassing shows.
Those are very emotionally driven personal story kind of anime.
Yes, like he was an assistant director on A Place Further Than the World, and he was the production assistant and production design on Buggy Pop and others. So he did stuff. So I was very intrigued. I also really liked the little touch for some reason when he came in and he was like, yo, it's not a lightsaber.
Yeah, it's a microphone. I was just thinking about that. He converted his mic into his lightsaber into a microphone. That was kind of funny.
I'm like, that's a way to say, hey, get out of here.
Yeah.
So,
it's a nice little visual thing to say, like, I left that life behind.
Mm-hmm.
True.
It definitely was. I mean, do you think, because did he escape or no? Did he run away? Or was
he essentially ran away.
Okay,
I don't know if it was 66. I don't know if it was Order 66. The fact that they're dealing with bounty hunters and not the Empire makes it very vague on when in any kind of timeline this takes place. But visions could also be an alternate universe kind of thing. There's no fucking telling. Especially since, like in the first one, that was very feudal Japan kind of setting.
Oh yeah,
even though Star Wars shit's all over the place. So time frame, settings. I don't really think matters. It's just he was on a battlefield. He was about to die. He ran away, and now he's a rock star. He likes music. He does music.
Man, this next one though, so this next one is from a studio that we all love near and dear. I know we all have at least one, maybe 5 animes that come from the studio that we all love dearly, and that is Twins. We should have given the other titles, but this one's special. That is Twins from Studio Trigger. And before we get into what Trigger has done, well, let's just get into Trigger has done first. Trigger has done.
If you've heard any other podcast from us, we've talked about Trigger and some of the stuff they've done.
Yes, they've done B&A. They've done Darling and Franks. Just gotta say that they've done Pro Par, Kill la Kill. They've done
Little Witch Academia.
Little Witch Academia. They've done Gurren Lagann. Just like so much. But the director personally of this episode, which might be in why this one's one of my favorites, he personally directed this one. He was the key animator for all of the rebuilds of Evangelion. He was the director of B&A. He was the director of Kill la Kill and the Kill la Kill special and Little Witch Academia. This guy is like a goat in the terms of like anime direction and just like doing other things. He was also the key animator in Redline. I don't know if y'all watched the movie Redline.
I haven't seen it.
No.
Yes, Kelz.
I know of it. It looks wild, like Death Race in anime.
Well, you have my attention.
Like,
yes, no, it's really solid.
All right.
It looks amazing.
I know what I'm looking up later.
We need to put this on the list at some point.
Yes.
I have to fucking be a weeb lawyer. He was only the key animator for Neon Genesis Evangelion from 1995, not in fact the rebuilds.
It says he did the rebuilds here on the list I'm looking at. He did 2.0, You Cannot Advance, 3.0.
We'll hash this out later.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the
But
problem
if
with
I'm
Wikipedia.
wrong, I apologize. Don't blame me. Blame the internet.
Yeah. That's the problem with the internet. Everyone can mess with it.
Fuck it. So this episode, Studio Triggers, the twins.
Yes.
You can tell it's Trigger. Like,
yeah, you really can.
frame 1.
Yes. I love that. Shout out to Studio Trigger, man. I like at first when I heard that the title was going to be Twins, I expected kind of like Knights of the Old Republic stuff.
I expected a Luke and Leia story. Because they're the only twins I know of in Star Wars.
In the games, there's 2 twin brothers who are children of the dark side.
Yeah, but unless you come up with original characters, Luke and Leia are the most famous, like, marketable twins.
I forgot they were
like,
twins.
I promise you, most people who like get involved in Star Wars don't play a lot of the games. And Old Republic's one of the big ones that they skip over. So I don't imagine a lot of people know about them.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
But
oh well.
This was an interesting story. The guy or the brother whose name I've forgotten, unfortunately, I've also forgotten the sister's name. But the brother, like, just so casually taking the crystal and walking out, like, just it was like a casual day at work. He's like, it's gonna be fine. He's like, okay, it's not gonna be fine. And that was really hilarious for me. I also liked how she's like, you're defecting to the Republic. And he's like, screw the Republic. And I'm just like,
I'm trying to protect
fair
you.
enough.
How?
I'm like, fair.
I'm
Finally.
sorry, I love how this one took big elements from some of the other Star Wars movies. Like the freaking Star Destroyers being able to blow up a planet from Rise of Skywalker. One of the dumbest things they did in that movie. In this, and they actually did it in a way that you could be like, huh, well, that's interesting. Or that's compelling.
I forget. What
Because they
was
actually
the
got
crystal?
into the details. It's a
Did they
kyber
specify?
crystal. It's a kyber crystal.
Okay, it's a kyber. So it's like they would destroy a planet with a giant lightsaber, pretty much.
That's what they did with the Death Star, too. So, yes.
Speaking of lightsabers, I love that Trigger gets weird.
It was so
and is
cool.
like,
The moment.
lightsaber, extendo, tentacle,
Spaghetti
whatever.
saber. Let's go. No,
I'm
those
a
are actually
lightsaber
thing, though.
octopus now.
No, are like lightsaber whips like actually a thing though?
That is a thing, yes.
Yeah, it's like actually a thing.
They're a little different than lightsabers because all lightsabers are powered by kyber crystals. But you'll find light whips in the hands of like Jabba's workers when they're trying to like discipline his slaves or whatever. So anyone can make one, but if you want the specific lightsaber version, you got to have the crystal.
I like that. Maybe this is just because it exhibits step on me energy, and my new goal is to stay step on me energy in every podcast that we do.
I'll leave it in the text.
So the sister's your favorite character
of this episode. Yes. But like when the lightsaber came out of her heels, bruh, I was like, okay. I was like, that's dope. Like, that was dope. I know Zog's probably like, that was the stupidest thing I've seen since I watched Ed and Eddie for the first time. But like, I'm going to be honest. I thought that was dope.
Well, first off, I loved Ed and Eddie. This insanity of it was the joke. So that doesn't bother me. The lightsaber coming out of the heel, I didn't take this episode seriously to begin with, but the moment that happened, I was like, oh, I wasn't supposed to. Okay.
I thought it was a dope touch. And I like how I feel like, I know there's going to be a lot of Star Wars fans who are going to want my head for this, but I feel like the explosion thing that they did this made more sense than what they did in The Last Jedi. When like Homegirl was like spaceship slice.
I mean,
like
honestly,
it was the same thing.
Honestly, with the fact that it's not the same thing, but
yeah,
with this one was way more ridiculous in this version because he literally turned the X-wing upside down, was just breathing in space without a helmet, and just out of nowhere, his lightsaber extended to the size of the Empire State Building as he cut through a spaceship.
In the way that Studio Trigger escalates.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it's like in the world of Trigger.
It's 100% Studio Trigger. I am not trying to bag on it at all. But if it wasn't Studio Trigger and they tried to do this with anything else Star Wars, this would be one of the worst Star Wars things to ever exist. And if I'm trying to look at it as separating out Star Wars and anime fan, and Star Wars fan, that was fucking stupid. Everything about this episode sucked. Anime fan, this is the kind of shit I come to see. Trying to combine them back together, I don't know how to feel about this. And that's many of these episodes.
I'm glad that Trigger gets two shots at this. One for absurdity, and the second to show exactly how real and gritty and fun like they can make.
I was talking with Static about
Star
the
Wars.
Exact same thing. It's like, let's just balls to the wall one episode, and then like let's actually get a little bit serious and show them our serious side. Just
like Trigger doing that a lot. Like,
let's pull back the old Gynax side for a little bit for the second one.
Now, Static, I do have to apologize. After a little bleep foo on the internet, I have found the list you were looking at, and Hiroyuki Imaishi is in fact a key animator drawing the rebuilds.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for.
I should know better than to fucking like try to out-weeb.
I'm just saying, I'm in the trenches for a reason, so y'all don't have to be. Like, this is not the life I chose for love. But I don't know.
I feel like you did though.
Shut up.
We love you. Tell me about this next episode, man.
Man, this next episode, like, as a person who is very like earthly, I feel like this was a really good episode. I felt like it dealt with like the Force, like the nature of the Force, without straight up telling you that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like this, like the whole thing, like it was a lot, but like in a good way. It was like the wedding, like the stuff that happened at the beginning.
I'm gonna be
Homegirl
100% with you. The plot of this felt like a Studio Ghibli movie.
That's fair.
Which, let's take 36 seconds and talk about Kinema Citrus Co. This is the same
They
company
did
that
Rising of the
us-
Shield Hero. I already love them.
Motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Made in Abyss, review Starlight and Shield, Rising of the Shield Hero. All right, now let's talk about the fucking plot.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. It's one of my. I usually don't like things right away, but Rising of the Shield Hero was one of those that instantly grabbed me and has kept me ever since. So,
okay, just tell me about the plot of this episode.
What's the plot?
Essentially, random wanderers coming to visit a planet, talking to an old friend who was studying different parts of nature, encounters a tribe of people who are very in tune with nature to the point where they can go to an old shrine and essentially use a part of the forest to actually look at the planet's old memories, which kind of cool.
And then it plays into like the Empire or like the old droid universe.
It's the Separatists.
Like people taking advantage of that.
They specifically mention the Separatists, so it's got to be during the Clone Wars.
Or after the Clone Wars, because they like recondition the droids for their own purposes.
Yeah.
But no, totally. I agree with you in the Studio Ghibli like aspect. Totally on the environmentalist and the like animation art style thing.
Yeah. I can easily see the inspiration from like, say, Princess Mononoke in this one, because Empire using droids and all that, attacking nature, and the fact that this tribe is trying to live peacefully with nature, going along with it, and that's what convinces wandering Jedi to actually take action. Yeah.
This was one of my favorite ones, if not my favorite, because one huge reason, which goes back to Shield Hero, Kevin Penkin did the music on this, which was astonishing, by the way. Like, he always kills it. He did all the music on Shield Hero. He's done the music for Land of the Lustrous, the Gems anime. He does a really good job composing. And not only that, the director of this also directed, he was an animation director on a few episodes of Monster. And he also was the key animator for Perfect Blue, which are two shows that like are super gritty and I love them. And like the premise of it as well, like again, like when like it was a lot of show don't tell in this, which I really vibed with. I really liked, like, first of all, the sniper weapon was dope AF. Like when he had like the little laser sniper, that was super dope. When Homegirl had the lightsaber katana, like super thin, and it was yellow, I was like, lit, let's go. And her
heels.
boots.
Yeah, her heels too.
I don't know what those were about, but like how they opened up.
I don't know what that was about. They never explain it. And she just uses
need to explain it.
She just uses a typical Jedi Force power right afterwards. So I don't know what they were for, but they were cool.
Well, maybe they're like the portal boots that keep you from breaking your fucking ankles.
Well, she's a Jedi, so that shit doesn't work
those
anyway.
long
But
fall boots.
But also, she maybe is just a Padawan and hasn't like mastered her like ability. Because like that's part of the whole thing is like her having to like path through life now that her master isn't there to guide her. But like her master's friend is, it's a whole deal.
And
definitely,
actually, that's the next episode.
And Zog,
every episode of Star Wars ever, man.
Zog, you got to look at it this way. Think about it like this: Disney is coming to you, one of the richest, biggest corporations in the world, saying, "Hey, here's one of the most loved things in the world. We're gonna give you X amount of time to flex." And they're like, the studio's like,
I don't blame any of these studios for any of this stuff. Them doing this at all was actually just a really cool novelty kind of thing. But that's every episode to me. It's just a novelty. So
I mean, that's fine. Ice cream is a novelty, and I fucking love ice cream. Like, I love ice cream. If you take away anything from this podcast, know that Static loves ice cream. That's the only thing you need to take away.
I'm going to put ice cream in the tags now.
Good.
Please do.
I hope we get like sponsored by Baskin Robbins. No, we're better than that. I hope we get sponsored by Cold Stone.
Oh my god.
All right. Production IG, The Ninth Jedi. Episode number 5.
This one again was the wife's favorite.
Kelz. Not Kelz.
Strange.
I'm not surprised by that. And this one was actually really, really good. This one's almost my favorite. Actually, this one might be my favorite.
It had
production IG as well. Like
it literally had like what 5 twists in it, especially near the end. There was like twist after twist after twist,
and there was at least there was at least a little like foreshadowing with the same twist that they pulled off in episode 1. Except here, it's bigger, and I thought it worked.
Before we get into like deep into the plot, let's talk about like what production IG has done. In case you live under a rock, you don't know,
or if you just don't know, I promise you've seen one.
Yes. So production IG has done Haiku, has done Psycho-Pass, has helped with Attack on Titan, has helped with everything Wit Studio has done basically. They did Aruharu no Ride. They've done they've even helped with Evangelion as well, alongside Gainax. Like
Fully.
They had Fully Cooley as well. They did one of my favorite iconics of all time, Ghost in the Shell, which is so good. And they brought that vibe to this one. I feel like this was a really like, out of all the ones, if I could have one of these turn into a whole series, this would be the one that I would want turned into a whole series. Honestly,
I can see that.
I love them all. They're my little star children or whatever. But this one it hit really different. I really liked the premise of it. Like Zog said, either Zog or you, Strain, said there were so many twists, and there were a lot of twists. Like especially the last twist, I was like, okay. When like all the lightsabers turn red, I was like, okay.
I love how that one worked perfectly in this episode, primarily because of one line of dialogue and an aesthetic choice that just made them animating things just easier. Maybe not easier, but it made the storytelling aspect through the animation easier. Just in this one, instead of the Kyber crystal's color being the lightsaber, the Kyber crystal's just in the blade, and whoever's wielding it, the color changes.
Yes. I liked how that was explained.
Yeah.
Rune Slayer?
No, Demon Slayer.
Oh,
okay.
That one's based on style, not necessarily the person. But yeah, I kind of see where you're going with that.
And shout out to Kiki's Delivery Service, because this guy did the background art the director did the background art for Kiki's Delivery Service. And he also did a lot of Cyborg 009. And the horror anime I'm never gonna watch, Memories. So shout out to this guy. He did a lot of stuff as well. But
so I have to disagree with some of this.
Okay.
How dare you?
This was not quite the banger that like maybe it was my expectation. But like there was some stuff that didn't really hit for me, like the voice acting and the setup about all of our Jedi really being Jedi didn't really surprise me when it was like, oh, suddenly we're all Sith.
They were all menacing throughout the whole thing, but a good good twist doesn't have to be surprising every time.
They slowly get antsier and impatient, which is not kind of in line with the Jedi thing, but they're all like masterless Jedi. Okay, I get the explanation. I did enjoy the whole bladesmith kind of concept. We're playing into her dad gets murdered / abducted. And then she has to go on a fucking like indoor chase scene. That was a fun callback.
That was cool.
And of course, all of the actual fighting when we get to the Margrave coming out and going toe to toe with all of these Sith.
That was wild.
That was phenomenal animation.
The one guy fell in the middle and just like burned.
That was the variety.
I love how he's just like, oh, he's off balance. Flick.
And man, the dude who was like conflicted and his lightsaber turning like purple, like mid fight, that was sick, bruh. And I really liked how the girl whose name I already forgot, I'm sorry,
Kara.
was
Kira.
Kara, yeah.
One of those.
Sure. I loved how, like, when she was, like, picked up the lightsaber and it was going long and this and that, and it was, like, kind of hollow and not see-through. Like, even though she's crazy good with the Force, she can deflect blast and do all these other things that Masters can do, she still wasn't, like, the sureness of herself. And then when she was fighting, we saw it, like, kind of turn, like, green-ish. I was like, yo, this is dope. Like, when she has that resolve, I'm like, these little attentions to detail. And the music was sick, bruh. Like, and to answer your or to bring up what you said, Kelz, I put this on there later for the list, but kind of just bring it up now. Did you watch it subbed or dubbed?
I watched it dubbed.
Same.
Okay, I told Strange, and he was like, "You're weird." Because,
I never said you're weird.
No,
I never said
I should
that.
have
Hold on.
watched. I should have watched it subbed because that would have done some better things for the dialogue landing.
I watched it both.
I had the subtitles, which only it would have been the same subtitles for the sub as it would be with the dub, and I know this because the translation with episode 2 in the subtitles was different from the actual like vocals and the music.
So
some of these episodes you need to watch in Japanese, and I think this is one of them.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. I watched both of them. I watched it both ways just to get like the true experience of it. And I gotta say, like some of them definitely, like the one, like episode 4, I feel like it hit so hard for me because I watched it Japanese and English, and the Japanese was like far more so like enthralling for me. And also, I had to listen to Tatooine Rhapsody in Japanese as well because I'm gonna hear them sing in Japanese. That's what I'm gonna do. So, on top of that, was that the dialogue was so much like crisper in like feeling. I feel like, and
you get the original tone and intention and timing.
Yes,
with the Japanese, you read the subtitles, you get the thing, but you feel the intonation, you feel the delivery, and that's what really makes it land timing wise.
But also, the star-studded cast was on both sides of this, like sub and dub. I looked it up, man. I don't know if y'all knew in the first episode, Simu Liu, the guy who played Shang-Chi, was the voice of the Wanderer, and then we had all type of icons coming out from Japan. Like these are like voice actors I hadn't heard in years, and then like. Of course, my girl Shinobu was on one of them. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's what we doing. Like, and then I ain't gonna lie, I switched because I thought I heard Monica Rial in English. And that's what actually prompted me to like see if I could listen to a different language. Because I was like, I don't want to hear your voice.
Oh, damn.
So thank you for that. My disdain for her helped me like kind of figure out watching it both ways had different effects. So shout out to Visions for doing that as well. Like, it definitely, I recommend if y'all have time or want to watch this again, go back and watch it in Japanese because it does hit different, especially on some of the ones like episode 5 and episode 4 and even like
the ones
TB.
The ones I imagine that would really hit different are like 1, 4, 5, and 7. Maybe 9.
7 hit. All of them hit, actually, both ways, to me, at least.
I was going to say, I actually really didn't mind the dub at all.
No, it wasn't bad. The dub wasn't bad. I'm just saying, like, some things, like episode 6, episode 5, sorry. Episode 6 and 5 were definitely more profound in Japanese for me because of, like, they had, like, scenes, like, crying and anguish and things like that. And, like, especially the Margrave's voice in Japanese. Holy crap, man. Like, that was, like, on some Levi stuff. I don't think it was it the voice actor for Levi? I don't know, but like
I used to look up later.
It was yeah.
Yep. Moving on to something totally different. We have Toby, episode 6.
Man, this one missed.
That was Science Saru.
I wasn't expecting Astro Boy for Star Wars.
Right?
Man.
Literally, I was like, oh, okay, so we get to learn about the terraforming stuff. And then it's like, oh, wait, it's really not about terraforming.
Yeah, what's Mega Man's, the scientist who built Mega Man? Was it Dr.
Wily?
No, not Wily's the bad guy. Light is the guy who built
Yeah, that guy. Did they steal his character design for this guy, for the dad in this one? Because that's immediately what I thought when I saw him. was just Mega Man, except he made Astro Boy instead of Mega Man.
Yeah.
The ironic part of this, the guy or the studio that created this did Devilman Crybaby. I'm like, how far?
With how fluid the
left?
animation is, that I kind of understand that.
But I think it definitely looked like it was inspired by like Astro Boy era like animation. I mean, I thought that was pretty cool. I was like, okay, I'm here for it. He's like, yeah, you got to go find the Kyber crystal. But gosh, it was
inside you all along.
You're a real boy.
Yeah, I literally think he just told him, go out on a journey to find the Kyber crystal, because
Leave
he was
me
like,
alone.
I'm
Let me do my
tired
work."
of your crap and I need to get some work done. Go outside.
What made
Man, it just good.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead.
It just sucks so badly that his quest for the Kyber crystal and
Killed his
interest in whatever was in the basement, which was a fucking starship, signaled the Sith to come murder his dad.
Yeah.
What can you do? He didn't know.
Well, he had both arms missing,
but
too,
he did
so
learn.
He was able to use his
He learned real quick. Did he have
So-
both arms missing? Because he
Yeah, I
he was
think had both
constantly in
arms
poses
missing.
where it was just like arms crossed with the sleeves touching, or the sleeves just dangling down.
No, I don't think, because even when he was moving the bricks around, he's like,
Yeah,
using his
he was
head to move
directing
the
it with
force.
his head.
Yeah, I don't
but
think he had hands.
the
'Cause
different-
the chair had tiny little hands for him. I don't know if you
Okay.
noticed that.
So
Yeah.
maybe he had some like forearms but no hands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So
The different poses threw me off.
So I had a horrible laugh in this episode.
Oh, no.
Because when I watched it dubbed, I don't know if none of y'all have probably seen the movie Rosewood, but there's this character. Oh, this is not funny at all. There's this character.
You already got me laughing.
Rosewood is a movie about slavery. So, and the African slaves coming over and getting beat and turning into slaves and all that. And there's this character named Kunta Kinte. And the slave owner's beating him. He said, "What's your name?" And he's like, Kunta Kinte. And he's trying to beat him until he says his like English name that they had given him, which that name is Toby. So when he yelled, "I am Toby," I lost it. I said,
God
"Oh no!"
damn.
I fell out of my chair. Like real talk.
Oh my
like,
god, that's
When I
fucked
watched
up.
it in Japanese, it didn't like sound as prominent as it did in English. When in English, it's just straight like
when you
"Oh,
hear it in
Toby."
Japanese, you think of Naruto.
Yeah, and here I'm just like, oh no.
And yeah, man, because they spend the entire episode being like, TOB1.
Yeah.
TOB1, come here. TOB1, do not go into the basement.
And
And then
he's
it's finally like, I am Toby.
I'm Toby.
Nah, man.
I'm a real boy.
Nah, man.
Oh, fucking
I
Christ.
said, Jesus.
So other stuff that Studio or Science Saru has made is stuff like Space Dandy, Devilman Crybaby, and Star Wars Visions, along with doing feature films for Crayon Shin-Chan and Yokai Watch the Movie.
Oh wow.
So they're
also
out
did
here.
a
They're out here.
Japan Sinks 2020, which I haven't
Oh,
seen,
yeah.
but I heard some really, really good things about.
yeah, I need to watch that. It's on Netflix, I believe. So yeah, shout out to them. Then we had The Elder, which was another Studio Trigger production. And again, this one was dope.
I love how this
I
one
think
was the exact opposite of the spectrum from their last
Mhm.
one.
Exact
Yeah,
opposite.
this character design was crazy too. I'm like, yo, like, look at the immaculance of these characters. Like, and the weird part that, like, Jordan Fisher, who is he was on Disney Channel and he's on Broadway and stuff now. And I'm just like, I did not expect to hear your voice in this, like, for the dub. It was really wild, but I guess everyone's an anime fan now and wants to do like voiceovers.
Who did he voice?
He voiced the Padawan.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And also, it's fucking Disney, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of course, he's
Sure.
on
They got a
call for-
backlog of almost everybody that they can just bring in.
Hey, Miley,
Well,
we
yeah,
need
he
you
was-
to twerk in this.
No.
Yo, imagine
She's
Star
just-
Wars Visions 2. Miley twerking on Tatooine.
It's a full
Studio
15
Trigger.
minutes of her just
She just comes
twerking. I'd watch
flying
it.
by on a
Done
wrecking
by
ball.
Studio Trigger,
like-
paying homage to Darling in the Franxx. Like,
God.
Oh my god.
Just like a giant wrecking ball with her twerking on it.
oh my god.
A1 Productions
That's-
bringing us
That's
the
the
heat.
new laser from the Death Star. As they blow up planets.
Oh my god.
But the elder brought me the Jedi Master that I wished I could be.
Just awesome, or the old guy.
Just the awesome and the hairdo, and I'm like, if only there was a galactic war that I could take part in, and
Just
then
be that.
like have to teach somebody not to be dumb
Yeah.
Do you need a scar?
as they get murked.
Literally, he
Like-
kept warning his Padawan, "Don't you just go, just get out. Don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna go fight him. Guess what? You get injured for it."
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't murder him. I
This
thought he was dead.
This master, yeah, I thought it was dead too. This master honestly seems like a more like common sense version of Qui-Gon Jinn.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's very in tune with the Force. He's willing to trust in the Force over everything else. But he's got enough common sense to say, okay, there's some bad shit happening. Get out.
Yeah.
It's-
And can
Force
I
over everybody.
Man,
can I say I did love how this kind of played in to like the dark side being able to like keep you alive, at least maybe not young, but alive.
alive, yeah.
Like from what we learned in the movies and stuff. I thought that was pretty cool because literally when that old dude died, he just turned to dust. It was,
He just
Dana,
crumbled into dust.
Dainta was like, "Why did that happen?" I was like, so you know how like the dark side and everything."
Let me
I kinda
give him
explained
some
it.
lore here.
Oh, let me.
the midichlorian of evil was holding him together.
The rise of Skywalker was right.
And let me tell you,
Never.
And
I was,
with that sentence, I'm done.
with this episode
Strange.
and then the last episode, which I know we haven't talked about yet. I won't talk about it yet. Hold on. Hold on.
Come on.
She said, she was like, so like, is the Sith like, is it just like a toxic work environment? Is that what?
Mm,
Overall,
I mean, honestly, you
More-
get good vacation days. You can kill your enemies. Like
you can kill your like.
you can kill
boss.
anybody, really. Just you know.
Yeah,
And
literally, that's
it's got a hella room for growth. You could be the Galactic
there's
Emperor,
only two.
and there's only
just
one
don't,
guy.
just don't get a Padawan of your own that wants to murder you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just everyone wants to kill the boss in front of them. So, now Star Wars,
It's a pyramid
total
scheme.
nerd.
It's not
It
much of a
is.
pyramid scheme
Star
if there's
Wa-
only one person. The Jedi.
Star Wars nerd. I absolutely love the fight scene between the Jedi Master and the Elder.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my.
With
Finish that. I just.
bringing like a bunch of like the difference in styles,
The steam.
which is a real dichotomy between Sith and Jedi fighting styles, but the way he ended the fight by dropping his lightsaber, holding it up, and then turning it back
that
on,
was
that's like
dope. That was
Yes.
so cool.
That I
Yeah.
have always wanted to see someone kill somebody that way with a lightsaber. It is here. It is awesome. It is better than what they did in the Last Jedi.
yeah.
Everything
So-
was better than the Last Jedi.
And can I just say I did appreciate that they animated the steam coming off the lightsabers in
Yes.
the rain. That was
I don't think-
I was like
I don't even think
I
they do
literally
that in
screamed,
the movies.
Yes.
I don't think they've actually done anything like that since Genndy Tartakovsky did the original The Clone Wars miniseries.
God damn it, Trigger.
So
Why do you have to flex so hard?
Hey, they had to show you after the twins that they can do whatever they wanted, man. Like
They
They
really
really
can. And they've already shown us previously, which is why I was surprised that the Monster Girl was not done by Trigger in this show.
They already
Moving
did
on to
B&H.
episode 8,
Ake.
we have Lop and Ocho
And this is
by
from-
Geno Studio.
yeah, and Geno Studio has done Golden Kamuy, which is the only notable thing I feel like I know that they have done.
But this episode looked great though. Like
No,
The
like,
whole
I'm not saying that,
animation
that was
was
bad.
beautiful.
No, shit,
I-
they could have done nothing before.
I'm also pretty sure this
Like-
is the longest episode in the whole season.
It is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 23 minutes or so.
Like it's a full length episode rather than just 15 minutes.
And this was
no, it's 19 minutes. I think that the Ninth Jedi was 21.
Okay.
So it is the longer term, but it's not the longest.
Yeah.
This was the wife's second favorite episode. It was. I loved the story in it. It was very good. And again, it was just all beautiful.
Yeah, no, my wife liked it too.
You don't. Okay. I'm just saying. I watched this. I watched it with Dainta. Okay, so she wanted me.
He's
to
got
give
more
her
stuff to
opinion
report
about it.
on. Let him do his thing.
Yeah. No, yeah.
But
Yeah.
no,
Rub it in.
it's a good one. I liked this one. It was a weird, like, coming right off of Studio Trigger one. My mind was on Studio Trigger anime, so to see two sisters fighting each other and going like it was, I immediately started thinking of Kill la Kill and how like this one was almost like an inverse of Ryoko and Satsuki's story.
Yeah, no, and it was wild because the art creator for this did Land of the Lustrous, man. And I'm just like,
Ooh.
That, yeah.
Ooh,
Land
explains
of
a
the
lot.
Lustrous was like super clean.
That
And
explains
he
a lot.
also was, and it's funny that you mentioned Kill la Kill because he was also the art director on Kill la Kill too, Zog. So
Dope.
he did Kill la Kill, Little Witch Academia. I'm like, bro, did this guy like just work for Trigger? I feel like, but
Probably.
no, and he actually did the background art for Boruto the movie. So I mean,
The movie. Okay.
yeah,
About to say.
yeah, and Dragon Pilot. Like he's done a bunch of stuff, man, and Black Fox, which our buddy Guchilla Turtle hates, and I think it's hilarious because Black Fox was actually a pretty decent movie.
I still gotta watch.
I haven't seen it.
Because I haven't yet.
Y'all are some lames,
Look,
but. No, I enjoyed this one. I enjoyed the art. I enjoyed the characters.
yo, the lightsaber though was clean. I wanted it.
Oh my god, that was cool.
About to say.
I'm sorry,
that,
I had to say
but
it.
no,
This
it's
lightsaber
fine.
was
Yeah,
so
I guess
clean.
you did have to say it because you said it. Yeah.
I did say it.
Lightsaber is clean. Yeah, Strange. Tell us
clean.
more about the lightsaber.
It was clean.
Jesus Christ. So the backstory with the lightsaber, the whole like family heirloom with the lightsaber, and how the ritual of the passing of the lightsaber on Talop was like a whole backstory with like how this whole works, how they got a hold of it, but also like tying into like the gang boss bringing Lop into his home and like making her his daughter, even when his blood daughter is off here trying to like sell the world to the fucking
That
empire.
gosh.
Yeah. It was a very sweet moment, and like to watch them go toe to toe once they murdered their fucking dad was pretty cool and sweet. And yeah.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help but laugh when the dad's just down there, just like dead and still giving exposition and talking
Well,
to
there
It
him.
goes
felt
my
like-
one good eye.
It felt like, you know what this felt like for me? This felt like the Black Widow movie that came out this year. With the whole aspect of like family, and then sometimes you got to kill your family, and then maybe not. I don't know. That's just like, I'm not saying
I'm
that.
trying to see it. I'm thinking on it. I'm trying to see it.
I'm just saying.
Yo, this reminds me so much of like the Addams Family movie, where like you've got a family, sometimes you got to kill your family.
No,
But
now
like,
that you put it like
sometimes
that,
you
I
wanna
totally
play,
see
is
it.
there a God?
But
with
you
your
understand what I
brother?
mean? We all saw the Black Widow movie, right?
Yeah.
It came out this year.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
None of us saw the
I-
Black. I didn't see the Black Widow.
I saw it. I'm not quite
The
sure
two
what you're saying.
sisters, the two sisters not actually being related.
Yeah.
They got the bond, and then their dad being a whole a-hole, like, you know, just like, but still caring, you know?
Well,
No?
that's the thing. The dad wasn't really an asshole. He was just egotistical. And he wasn't the one who really did anything.
He sold
Also-
them to the Russian, like,
They were already
KBC
sold.
unit.
The reason they were there was because that was their mission. That was already
I'm
a
saying-
thing.
It feels like it was.
Oh.
But
All I can say is now is the time to say, Why does Disney have to own like damn near all of the Western animation and all media?
Oh, you didn't want to talk about the last episode?
Because like we will,
okay,
we
cool.
will, which is exciting.
I shall
like
back away.
Big that whole deal.
It just
But
seems like
yeah,
everyone's taking
like,
inspiration from the last episode and just be like the dark side, Disney.
which is like last episode artistically and story wise is wonderful. We're going to get to that, but like Disney owns half the universe, and it's kind of fun to see them like reach out to territories they don't own to get input on their IPs now that they do have them. And get like this variety and like passion of a craft on these beloved IPs. I don't know if we'll ever see this again, but I personally have enjoyed seeing what other creators can do with like IPs like this that we haven't really seen Disney do with other stuff they own. They've been real clamped off.
Yeah.
This is our shit now. No one's touching it. But to like see this, it's kind of refreshing.
And I love it because it's just so like, it feels like it's bringing the world together. Like when I watched this, like I saw like a little documentary on Visions, and you know, people just say stuff because it sounds right. But the person who kind of orchestrated this said when the world was kind of like locked down in the pandemic, like they felt disconnected and everything. And then it made Disney like want to open up to like the other parts, because you know, and do things and work with people. Like there's amazing animators out there, and this is just like one style. And I hope that we'll see this in like other, like you said, Disney does own a bunch of crap. So, you know, and they've done it before, you know, well, I guess Marvel wasn't owned by Disney when they did the like Marvel anime things as well. But
It depends.
But no, but totally
remind me
we've seen the overlap of Japanese animation and Western IPs previously.
And I heard
so this
like,
is totally a thing that has happened.
And I heard like Disney was super respectful of like Japan. They just like gave it to them and was like, here, like, you know, we're not going to tell you how to do anything. We're not going to do this. You know, we just like, they just gave like a skeleton of like, we want it to be like a short, you know, we want it to kind of have a big beginning and the end, and like, just do your own thing. Do whatever you want. Like you want to put like, I think they even said they could put like profanity and stuff in it as well. Like they said, just go ahead. Like this is Star Wars. Like this is your thing. Like blood, whatever you need to do. Like we trust you. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Like that's.
You could say that's respectful. You could also say that that's just, hey, we want something Star Wars and we're lazy. Here you go.
I mean,
there's always
they
another side
always,
to it. So I always try to think of the other possibility.
You always see the negative. Like
that's because I'm usually talking to you and you're usually going for the positive.
My life has been negative, so I'm going to be positive.
You need a balance. You need a balance. The force must remain balanced. You need your positive.
Speaking
and your
of
negative.
balance,
Avatar state.
This last episode is not that. Everything we've seen so far has been Jedi wonderful. Have a good rock and roll time. Let's, I don't know, murder an old guy. But this episode, it's got some like unspoken, like read deep into the story shit going on here. It's by Science Saru.
They did the Toby
Another
episode.
studio flexing. Yeah.
This is not
It's
that.
the same studio that did Toby. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's yeah, you know.
Did you not like it?
No, it wasn't bad. It's just like you said, it was definitely different. I like the animation style. I like the music.
This is a story
weapons.
I actually want to see tackle in more Star Wars stuff, because this is just like the crushing weight of the Jedi, all of their rules, all of their everything just coming down on a person. And when he can't like live up to it, or he's losing something he truly cares about because of it, and there's a way out with the dark side, you can't really blame him for wanting to take it. But you know it's going to be the worse and more destructive option at the end of the road.
It was definitely like, there's a reason why Jedi have these specific rules, and this is a good example of why. But also, like,
you can also see where all of that stuff can like turn people to the other side.
Yeah, because literally the master was like, yeah, I'm not going to help you. If you mess up.
Well, he said, don't go. Yeah. We'll send someone else. You're having nightmares of you murdering somebody.
Maybe you shouldn't be there.
Maybe you should not be the one that goes and does this. But if you do, I can't fucking help you because my ability to help you is you staying right here.
Yeah.
I think this was done, like, again, like, I feel like this was a lot better than, like, it has similarities to The Last Jedi when Luke was like, instead of making the mentor a murderer in this, they, like, you know, went the way they should have instead of, like, in The Last Jedi where Luke was like, oh no, he's freaking out. Gotta murk him in the street, right?
Well,
I would argue that this is more in line with the Anakin progression.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought too.
But we don't spend so much time with Anakin that we're like, okay, well, we're kind of dragging out his growth, and he hates sand because it's coarse. And,
it's rough and it gets
yeah. So like, and the change in acting and like evolution of the character doesn't take so fucking long.
Yeah.
Now we do get tastes that we do see with Anakin. You know, the nightmares, the worry about Padme fucking dying, and his whole goal of like saving her. It's the same thing that happens here. He's got these nightmares of him murdering somebody. And then he does it, and he finds out who it is, the girl he was trying to save the entire time. It's all like dark side plot manipulation bullshit, man. And like we get to see that facet in like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And it feels like a rounded story. Disappointing because he turns to the dark side and like leaves her alone in an episode. But like we get to see that whole concept laid out in front of us. And it's like, yeah, man, that's what I wanted.
No, you're right. I find it hilarious that this was what they ended on. Like, in a good way. Like, funny in a good way. Like, not like, ha ha ha, but just like,
ha ha ha, dark side, ha ha ha, death.
Yeah. Like, it's like, I don't know why. It's like when you said that, it reminded me of like one of the best Star Wars like fictions ever. Family Guy, something dark side. It's just like the Emperor finally found the perfect dialect. Something complete. Like Family Guy. But yeah, so that was Visions, and what an experience. It was 9 episodes.
I liked it.
And I know Kelz has already voiced his opinion that he doesn't think there will be another Visions.
I don't.
What do y'all think?
I don't think it'll happen. There's no way. This is a once in a lifetime. We entered the good timeline for once, and we are now living.
You're underestimating one thing in this world, Kelz. The power of one thing: money. Money has bought things back from the abyss. Like I tell you,
he's not wrong
on everything. If you would have told me 3 years ago in 2021 we would have had an iCarly reboot and it would have been fire, I would have said you were smoking something I don't say on podcast.
I would have said I would have said the same thing I say now. It should have been Drake and Josh. I understand why it's not, but it should have been.
I was about to say. They wanted it to be Drake and Josh, trust me. But someone had other plans.
They said we're not touching that one with the 10-foot pole.
I could, like, if this in big brain mode, if this was a pilot demo to see which studio could bring the heat in a way that Disney wants to like buy a show from.
That's what I'm hoping.
Maybe we might see something else, but I don't know if we're going to see another like showcase like this.
That being said, Trigger, Production IG, Kanema Citrus. There you go. You got 3.
I agree. I gotta say the ones that I would love to see with full series in order are probably not order of when I see them, but just going on the list. I would love to see the Twins by Trigger be a full studio. I'd love to see the Village Bridge. Probably that one more so.
Bridge.
That one, yeah. Or sorry,
the old guy.
The Bride.
Yeah.
The Village Bride.
The Village Bride.
Village
sorry.
Bride. Okay, never mind. All right.
Man, there's a glare. But yeah. So the Village Bridge would probably be my number 1, and I would.
There was a bridge, but it was in episode 7. Okay,
The Village Bride will probably be my number 1. I want to see. Then, The Elder. Then The Ninth Jedi. Then Twins. And I don't know. I felt like the Gino Studio one was a good. I felt like it was encapsulated as well in what it was.
Bro, give me Toby in a kid's show.
Hey,
which is Toby?
I don't. Yeah, the robot. I don't know. I feel like he would just go around to other planets trying to give.
Here's the thing: if you give me him, as a side character in someone else's story, I might be about that.
Yeah.
Yo, combine Toby and the Ninth Jedi together. I'm just.
And then cut Toby's head off because fuck that noise.
Nah, the Ninth Jedi got to be his own one.
Yeah.
Bro. Don't disrespect.
Okay,
Ninth Jedi has to be his own series, but
bring Toby into the Twins. There you go.
No, you're horrible.
Okay, I feel like it would work better in that one. Still don't think it's quite good.
I'm joking.
Trigger can have no overlap. Trigger's got to have the freedom to do whatever it wants. You think Toby can be a pair of bosoms for the Darth Vader twin chick?
What we saw in Toby, I think probably.
You're right. I think Toby, if he was going to go in anyone, it would have to be Tatooine or Rhapsody. That
would be fun.
I can see that.
Just don't let him sing. Put him on an instrument.
He'd be the PA system man you playing.
He'd be one of Jabba's enforcers.
Did you guys hear?
Me and my gang of droids have come to collect.
Jabba's going to get overthrown long before Luke gets there.
There was one thing I wanted to say. Can we talk about how Jabba was the only main character or the only Star Wars character that we saw in this?
No, Boba Fett.
In the same episode.
True.
But
I mean that was the only episode that had them. And I was like, yo, that's what's up. I like how everybody else just let everything else be. So but
it fit for that episode to give it some clout because it was such an out there story. But you had to give it.
It was also grounded enough that could actually have taken place in Star Wars.
Yeah. If you just rock and roll Jabba the Hutt enough, he'll let you not be murdered.
Right?
Yes. So I gotta ask y'all one.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Sorry, one of my favorite parts was in episode 4 when the droids were talking.
Now you're answering the question before
listen, I'm just telling you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know. I don't remember if they said Roger or something like that, but they're like, oh, his head blew off or something. I was like, there's that droid humor.
I loved when the droids scream.
Yes.
One droid head blows off and he's just like,
that was great.
That part was funny.
Great. Okay.
What was your question?
My question is, what was your favorite episode and your favorite weapon? Zog, you first.
Favorite episode and weapon?
Yes, not that they have to be in the same episode, but what was your favorite episode, and your favorite weapon?
Probably the Ninth Jedi for the episode. As for weapons, they don't really show any new ones outside of the lightsabers, and those are just different designs. So,
but no, I mean
lightsaber?
but which lightsaber?
You know what I meant, Zog.
No, I don't. That's why I'm confused.
What lightsaber?
The umbrella, the katana, the whips, the trigger, whatever.
The hand-me-down
from
Lop and Ocho.
What was your favorite lightsaber?
I've honestly probably just gonna go with the one from Lop and Ocho because the rest of them just kind of blend into the crowd, and that one at least had a couple nice shots where the blade looked clean as fuck.
That's why I told you. Anyway.
Okay. And what about you, Kelz? What was yours?
Oh God. Favorite episodes up there with pretty much everything we've talked about, kind of the more gritty stuff. The Village Bride, The Elder, Lop and Ocho. Favorite weapon? Toby.
That's a good weapon.
No bullshit.
No, he's a weapon.
He became the lightsaber and then became the Jedi. Favorite weapon? Toby, because his master is a fucking lunatic. He made a murderer.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Dr. Light got dark.
Came from somewhere. That program had to get in there somehow. There you go.
For me,
note to self: remember to install "Fuck Them Up" protocol.
For me, favorite episode is definitely between the Village Bride and the Ninth Jedi. Shout out to the twins, shout out to the elder as well. Kind of like a tie for fourth. We're all four, but I feel like this might be kind of wild. But my favorite weapon, I really like the slender katana in the Village Bride from the Homegirl used. I really thought that was dope.
That was sick.
I kind of liked how the
clean.
guard
I liked it.
actually glowed.
Yeah,
that was the only.
And I love the sniper rifle. Like I said, I like the sniper rifle a lot. That was so simplistic but so clean. And Strange, you?
Oh man, I mean, it's pretty much just an echo chamber in here because I really do love the Ninth Jedi. It was so fun. Lop story coming in like second place pretty much, and then I do like the Village Bride. Favorite weapon, definitely from episode 7, the dual little katana blades that the old guy uses. I don't know, I like dual blades. They were fun. They were cutting things open with this.
Nearly cut a Padawan open.
Cut things open.
Or I could be a weirdo and say, oh, you're at the end of the Ninth Jedi when the temple turned upside down. It was a giant lightsaber, whatever.
That was kind of like, I love that perspective change. It had like that throwback. Kelz was like,
what the fuck did I miss?
Missed it.
At the end of the Ninth Jedi, when they're zooming out, like
the
towards
temple
the credits,
that they were showing upside down the whole time. When it's pointed at the planet, it looks like a lightsaber hilt. So when the light comes out of it, it's basically a lightsaber pointed at the planet.
Fuck this franchise, man.
that lightsaber's there for Galactus. Don't worry.
Yeah.
When he comes to murk the planet, he's ready.
Everyone had a good time, more or less, depending on who you talk to. We all enjoyed stuff from it. This has been Star Wars Visions, an intrepid adventure with the Japanese anime into the Star Wars universe. Of course, all of it non-canon until they tell us otherwise, which would be an adventure.
That would be mind-blowing.
But you can catch us talking about other stuff on all of your podcatchers, Doug and Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Podcast, at Content Breaker, or on Twitter as well, whatever, YouTube, stuff like that, Content Breaker too. Gentlemen, y'all have stuff to plug?
Yes. You can catch me at Static Dreads with a Z on Twitter. Also check out our Content Breaker at Content Breaker on Twitter, and on Instagram, which is _Content Breaker. So yeah.
All right, now it's mine. Find me on YouTube at Strangely Entertaining. Also find me on Twitter via at Strangely Entertaining or Strangely Ent. Or find me on Twitch as well, which I'll usually stream on Tuesday nights now. It will either be at 7 or 9. Probably 9, most likely. And then don't forget, Friday the 8th of October, all day Metroid. Let's go.
Also, check out the other podcast at Your Typical Shonen Protagonist or on Twitter at Your TSP.
Yes!
Next month begins our endeavor into Spooky Month.
Spooky Month!
What are we doing?
We're actually talking about two franchises that we've talked about before, except this time it's a crossover. Whoa. That's right. The mystery gang's going to nowhere.
No.
Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby-Doo.
It'll be fun.
I'm excited.
I forgot we were doing
next week on Content Breaker.
Ruh-roh.